What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and it's time to look ahead to our power rankings for Week 6, or heading into Week 6 of the college football season here in the Big Ten. And I'm going with a new format starting this week. I already did this on the SEC power rankings, so you can let me know what you think about this. But we're breaking the teams down into tiers, and we're going to start off with the top tier here in the Big Ten. We've got Penn State at number 1, Michigan number 2, Wisconsin number 3. All three of these teams undefeated and all looking really good right now. Penn State, I think, is looking like the best team in the Big Ten. They do have to go on the road to Ohio State, so I think that could be a little bit of trouble for them. Michigan continues to play very good on defense. We'll see how that offense does getting up against Michigan State. Wisconsin, a slow start against Northwestern. Second half, they get things going, and they take care of business in that game, but a little shaky. Fortunately for them, they don't have too tough of a schedule. I think Michigan really may be the only real test for them coming up for the rest of the season. All right, Ohio State comes in number 4. They're kind of in a class by themselves because, I believe that they're on the same level as those top 3 teams, but those 3 teams all undefeated. Ohio State with 1 loss, so I kind of dropped them into this level, the next level, because they're definitely above everyone else. I mean, I wouldn't put Ohio State, I wouldn't group them with this next group of teams. And I think really they probably belong with those top 3 teams. And at the end of the day, they may come out number 1 in the Big Ten before it's all said and done. All right, so the next tier, we've got Michigan State, Maryland, Purdue, and Iowa. These 4 teams to me are all kind of about the same. Michigan State right now looks to be the best of these 4 teams. Maryland with that big one over Minnesota. They're kind of hard to figure out right now. The big one over Minnesota and then Texas, and then they get blown out by UCF. So got a little bit of a question mark exactly what's going on with Maryland. Purdue, a couple of tough losses to Louisville and Michigan, but they are looking pretty good. And Iowa, a tough loss there to Michigan State, a tough loss to Penn State. So 2 losses for them that could have gone the other way, really. I mean, both games were close, and if Iowa had won those 2 games, we'd be looking at them, at least number 5 on this list, and looking at them as a serious contender to Wisconsin in the West. Right now, not so sure if they're on that level or not. So they come in at number 8. Let's go on to our next tier of teams. And one of these teams that I think might be about ready to break into that next group, and that's Nebraska at number 9. I think they're starting to get it figured out a little bit. We will see. It's still tough for them getting over that loss to Northern Illinois. Minnesota at number 10. They were undefeated. They were looking good. That defense was playing lights out. And then Maryland. I can't really explain it. Maryland comes in and beats them like they did. So, Minnesota hadn't really played anybody before that, so maybe that's part of it. So they have dropped a pretty good bit here on this list. Indiana, I still think, is a pretty good team, even though they didn't put up too much of a fight against Penn State. So they come in at number 11. And Northwestern, actually, I was impressed with them because they played Wisconsin pretty tough. It was more like the Northwestern team than I thought we were going to see this year. Even though they still came up short in that game, they looked a lot better. Still, though, have to keep them down there at number 12. I think they will rise, though, very soon. And then our bottom 2 teams, Illinois and Rutgers. These, to me, are clearly the 2 worst teams in the Big Ten. I think they're kind of in a class all their own here down at the bottom, a negative way. But, yeah, these are the 2 teams that I think everybody else in the Big Ten is probably going to beat these teams. That's just the way it is. So they're down here at the bottom. And what do you agree with? What do you disagree with here in our Big Ten power rankings? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Give me your thoughts on all these teams. And I always like hearing from all of you. But that's going to do it for this episode. We'll have the rest of our power rankings coming up later today. So make sure you stay tuned for those. And also our upset alert video at the end of the day. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.